Deliberately cultivating practices of compassion, gratitude, trust, and other positive pro-social emotions can reverse the constricting effects of negative emotions like envy, resentment, regret, and hostility on your nervous system and on your behaviors. These practices refocus your attention away from stress and worry. They can reverse the impact of anxiety, depression, learned helplessness, and loneliness, and can help you feel more enthused, energetic, and alive. Experiencing more positive emotions increases your curiosity and engagement with circumstances and supports more optimistic, creative coping. These emotions strengthen the capacity to approach rather than avoid challenges and catastrophes. They can even help resolve traumatic memories. So focusing on positive and pro-social emotions is not meant to bypass or suppress dark, difficult, afflictive emotions. Your experiences of angst, pain, and despair are very real. By practicing the ABCs of allowing, accepting, being with and befriending those emotions, holding them with compassion, you learn to skillfully process those emotions without being overrun by them. We'll do that. But first, you deliberately cultivate positive pro-social emotions as a way to broaden your habitual modes of thinking or acting, to increase the social bonds and social support you need for your resilience, deepening insights that help place events in a broader social context. That's so very, very essential right now. You strengthen your capacity to cope, find a way through, and come out on the other side. Sharing kindness is one of my favorite exercises to teach and practice in the context of these two quotes from the American psychiatrist Theodore Rubin: kindness is more important than wisdom, and the recognition of that is the beginning of wisdom. And from Dr. Martin Seligman, considered the founder of the positive psychology movement, doing a kindness produces the single most reliable momentary increase in well-being of any exercise we have tested. Sharing kindness is a wonderful practice to do with a real person in real time, because the face-to-face, in-person connection really does activate the oxytocin, the hormone of safety and trust, of calm and connect. And while we're sheltering in place, you can do this exercise with someone you're sheltering in place with, or by scheduling a time to do this exercise with a friend via Zoom or FaceTime. It still works. You begin by each of you recalling a moment when you've received some behavior of kindness from another person. It doesn't have to be the person you're doing the exercise with. Any moment when someone did something kind or thoughtful or helpful or useful to you. Maybe something earlier today or last week or back in the third grade. My moment that often comes up for me when I do this exercise is shortly after my dad died and I was going through his things, sorting out what I would keep and what I would share. I was feeling very sad and a bit overwhelmed, and my friend Ria came over to help, and we were sorting out this and that. But she began to stop me and say, "Hey, Linda, tell me the story of this one. Why is this old teacup so important to you?" And I would stop and think and share the story of the teacup. And it was her listening, her caring, her helping me stop and remember that was so kind, so deeply kind. And even now, remembering that moment of kindness helps me feel settled again into a sense of ease and calm and safety. So take a moment now to remember a moment of kindness that's very special for you. Take a moment to feel the felt sense in your body of the specialness of that moment. And then, whether you're doing this sharing kindness exercise with someone in person or via Zoom or FaceTime, you decide who's going first, and you each take a moment or two to share with each other this memory of a moment of kindness from another person. You take as much time as you need. It helps, even on Zoom or FaceTime, to maintain some eye contact as you do the sharing. Then you each take another turn, reflecting on what it was like to share your story and hear the other person tell their story. Usually, this will generate a sense of friendliness or joy as you share your stories. And the sharing may lead to memories of other moments of kindness. Then you each drop into a moment of silent reflection, noticing any shifts in your mood, your view of yourself, your view of your partners from having done this exercise. And if you wish, you share those reflections of your experience. From modern neuroscience, we have some understanding of what might be happening in the brain that allows this exercise to so easily generate a sense of friendliness, safety, and connection in the nervous system. Barbara Fredrickson, a pioneering researcher in positive psychology, discovered that when two people are in physical proximity, and this can work even virtually these days, making eye contact, sharing positive emotions like kindness or enthusiasm or joy, and communicating a sense of mutual care and concern, the frequency of the brain waves moving through the two people's brains begins to sync up. And the neurochemistry of the two people's brains begins to sync up, creating a sense of resonance between the two brains that I would call safety and trust, and which she calls love in her book, Love 2.0. It may be that the oxytocin released in sharing experiences of kindness creates that sense of safety and resonance and connection and even love. You can do the sharing kindness exercise with variations, moments of courage, moments of gratitude, moments of patience, with great benefit to your brain and to your capacities for your resilience. You're learning to shift your emotional state from distress to centeredness and connection, and you're learning that you can.